Hi, my name is Ritu. Welcome to my chat show. I've got Niva Shah here, my first guest, who I was talking to a few weeks back, and she mentioned that she's been quiet for some time, and I was really amazed to hear that. Because for me, it's a big thing doing a Maun Vrat for over 30 days. So I was really amazed. Welcome to our show, Niva.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for having me here. What a pleasure to be your first person that you're interviewing.
I want to know, Niva, is when you decided to do this fasting, did you decide beforehand that I'm going to not talk for a month or more or less, or it just happened? Like, did you know?
So it actually happened when I came back from India, particularly when I went to Kamakhya. And on my way back, I asked my guru, is there anything I need to do now regarding my sadhana going forwards? And suddenly he said, right, I want you to remain in 44 days of complete silence, no TV, no radio, a lot of meditation, sitting only in silence, not even reading books, nothing. And I was like, 44 days. And that's how it started.
So when it's not reading books or just being away from all these things.
Just being away from any communication,
Right.
any YouTubes, even listening to music. So I had to switch off my Spotify, my YouTubes, everything, and just remain in a state of silence, which initially was very difficult because we are surrounded by noise. I'm surrounded by family, children, my mom, who I live with. And that's when the journey began. So yeah,
that was going to be my another question, that how it felt like when you started. So was it more difficult initially, or it went difficult with the time?
So it was more difficult initially because it came as such a sudden thing that you have to just be quiet. So I took it very literally, Ritu, and also because Guruji had said to me, I want you to remain either by your temple on your asana or in your bedroom, sitting in silence. And that was very difficult because I was actually cutting myself away from my family, and I would have to just, and I would go away to my room. And that brought up a lot of emotions of, first of all, anger, or anger that they were all talking and I wasn't in the conversation, almost like FOMO as well, or wanting to say my bit when I knew they were doing something wrong, even, or whatever it is, because you're the mother and there's the children are saying this. And that's when suddenly, so that was probably about a week or 2 weeks. And suddenly what really hit it for me was being in the kitchen with my mum.
Right.
So initially she was really good, and she kept on saying, shh, Niva's in silence. But it didn't feel right because my sadhana is being with my mum. My conversation is my mum. Like she's my first guru. And so when I looked at the word silent also has the same letters as listen.
Yes.
And suddenly, after a while of getting angry with my mom, because she is a constant chatting, she'll be, oh, mere cha banate, me nasta karte, me for lunch, roti sar, like everything is like a constant. I'm going for my shower now, and da. And after about 3 or 4 attempts of saying to her, Mommy, I'm supposed to be in silence. Like, oh no, I'm such a bad sadak. I kept on thinking, oh no, I'm wrong. I suddenly thought, I'm the one who has to be in silence, not Mommy. Why am I projecting? And then suddenly I started just to listen to her. But not just listen for the sake of listening, like really listen.
Yeah, I mean, here I probably want to add, like these days when we listen to a conversation, maybe we're always thinking what to reply to that.
Yes.
Because we've always got so many answers
Yes.
with the experiences and everything. So maybe just listening is also very beautiful and different kind of power.
Yes.
To be able to just listen, purely 100% listening, because you're not thinking what you're going to say next. So I think that's really nice. Really want to know is how did you deal with the moments when you really wanted to speak? Like you said, there were some moments when you were like, you being a mom, then you will have answers for your kids. You'll be like, no, they're doing this wrong, that wrong. So in those moments, how did you deal with those moments, thinking that you cannot speak at all?
Initially, it was hard because you have to keep biting your tongue and you think, oh, I want to say something, I want to say. And then suddenly, because you're surrendering more and more to your inner self, the silence is bringing a deeper sense of samarpan. And so the one word that kept on making me get through it, I kept on saying Sharanagati, 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 like more, and it was like an unfolding. And I just thought,
So
if
I didn't get the meaning of that. What does
Sharanagati means to surrender.
Right.
It means to surrender to your inner, your antar atma, to your inner guru, your inner self.
Right.
And that's when I thought, do I really need to open my mouth just now? Or am I going to allow them to reach a conclusion, whatever they're going to reach at, whether it be right or wrong? And often as mothers, we think, I'm the mom, and we take on the role of mom. I am right. And suddenly I thought, let them learn. What does a good mom do is to allow the children to learn through their own mistakes, because you're always going to be there. And that brought about more of an internal sense of presence.
It's changed the way you process your emotions or ideas?
Yes, totally. It allowed me to take a pause, take a deeper breath, and go into that silence in between our breaths, and not be so impatient in my wanting to give an answer, but just step back. And in that stepping back, I was actually moving away from myself, from this idea, this personality self that always thought, oh, she needed to give an answer, or take on the role of, I am the mummy here, so I do need to give an answer, or I am the daughter here, I do need to give an answer. All of this was stepping away from the masks and the roles and the personalities that we so easily wear, and surrendering more to my inner being.
Perfect. And did you also notice any changes in your body language?
I did. I found that I was much more relaxed. Because I was allowing myself to be silent, I was also listening to other people more, and allowing them just to be as they are. And when you're like that, you're not like this then. You're kind of, your body language is more relaxed. You're just like, like you're on holiday. The shoulders go down, because you're not controlling a situation. And it's just the best thing.
Is there anything you learned about yourself in this period?
Oh yes, a lot. A lot of what I learned is we generally make ourselves very important. There's a lot of, not just personally, but if there is self-importance in any situation, like I'm saying, taking on a role. I'm only another human being that's taken on a role of being a mother, a daughter, all these things. But beyond all of that, what I learned about myself was, I'm a soul having a human experience. And when we can step back from the masks that I say, the coverings that we cover ourselves with, we come back more into a deeper presence of being. And when we become that, we become more allowing not only of ourselves, but we allow others to live and let live. And that was so freeing, that it kind of led me onto a process of actually also losing a bit of weight naturally without doing anything, because I wasn't holding on to anything. And that's the freedom. Yeah, really beautiful.
Excellent.